Cylinders. A cylinder is a solid or three-dimensional figure with a circular base. A cylinder is a solid or three-dimensional figure with a circular base. So anything that can hold things and has a circle at the bottom is what is known as a cylinder. Area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. Curved surface area, which is the middle part of the cylinder. If I was to cut here and open, this part is what is known as the curved surface, and it is a rectangle. So curved surface area is equal to 2 pi rh. The net of a closed cylinder comprises of two circles and the curved surface area. So the net of a closed cylinder is going to have a circle at the bottom, the curved surface, which is the middle part, and the circle on top. Total surface area of a closed cylinder is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. Two circles and the middle part. When we fold this rectangle, what we are going to get is the length becomes the circumference of the circle, and the breadth becomes the height. So that is the 2 pi r h. The net of an open cylinder comprises of the circle and the curved surface area. So one circle will have to go, will just remain with the circle at the bottom and the curved surface area. So total surface area of an open cylinder is equal to pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So the difference between the closed and the open cylinder is the number of circles that they have. A closed cylinder will have two circles and an open one is going to have just one. So let's go through some examples. Question 1. The diagram below shows a cylinder with radius 4 centimeters and height of 14 centimeters. The diagram below shows a cylinder with radius 4 centimeters and height 14 centimeters. Calculate its volume. Take pi as 22/7. Calculate its volume. Take pi as 22/7. Now, the volume of a cylinder is equal to pi r squared h. Pi r squared times the height. So what we are going to do is to substitute. Where there's pi, we'll put the 22/7 times, since the radius has been given as 4, where there's r squared, we'll put 4 times 4, and where there's the height, we'll replace the 14. When we divide 7 into 14, we'll get a 2. Multiply 22 times 4 times 4 times 2. What you are going to get is 704. So the volume of this cylinder is 704 cubic centimeters. We go to the next question. The diagram below shows a solid cylinder of diameter of 10 centimeters and length 20 centimeters. Taking pi is equal to 3.14. Calculate its total surface area. So it's not always that pi will be given as 22/7. Sometimes they can say take pi as 3.14 or 3.142. So this one is saying calculate its total surface area. So what we are going to do is to replace the formula for total surface area. Total surface area is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. Now, the radius has not been given, but the diameter has been given. The diameter is the line which cuts the circle into two equal halves, and the radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the circumference. So since we've been given the diameter, we can always find the radius by dividing by 2, because diameter is 2 times r. So if we divide 10 by 2, we'll get a 5. Where there's r, we'll be replacing a 5. So we are going to say 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 5 plus 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 20. When you substitute, what we are going to get is 157 plus 628. If you multiply 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 5, you get 157. If you multiply 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 20, you are going to get a 628. Add that, what you are going to get is 785 square centimeters. That is your answer. We go to the next question. The next question is saying a cylinder has curved surface area of 176 square centimeters and a radius of 7 centimeters. Calculate its height. So it's not always that the question will always ask you to calculate the curved surface area. Sometimes they can give you the curved surface and they'll ask you to calculate either the radius or the height. So what we are going to do is to state the formula for the curved surface area, which is equal to 2 pi RH. Where there's 2 pi RH, we are going to replace the 176. That's what we are going to do. So say curved surface area is equal to 2 pi RH. Since the curved surface area has already been given, the question is saying has curved surface area of 176. So where there's curved surface area, we'll replace the 176. Where there's pi, we'll replace 22/7. And where there's the radius, we'll replace the 7. We don't know what our height is. So from here, we can always divide. 7 into 7 will give us a 1. If we multiply 2 times 22, we'll get a 44. So multiply 44 times h, you get a 44h. So we are saying 176 is equal to 44h. To find the value of h, we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient, which is the 44. If we divide both sides by 44, what we are going to get is a 4. Therefore, the height was 4 centimeters. We go to the last question. The question is saying the area of the base of a cylindrical block is 154 square centimeters and its height is 10 centimeters as shown below. So that is the cylindrical block, which has the base area, which is 154 square centimeters and the height is 10 centimeters. Given that the mass of the block is 385 grams, find its density. Given that the mass of the block is 385 grams, find its density. We know that density is equal to mass over volume, but the volume has not been given. So what we are supposed to do is to calculate the volume. We know that the volume of any solid is the area of the base times the height. So our volume will be equal to 154 times 10, which will give us 1,540 cubic centimeters. So let's do that. We'll say density is equal to mass over volume. Where there's mass, we'll replace 385 grams. Where there's the volume, we'll replace 1,540 cubic centimeters. So when we divide 385 by 1,540, what we are getting is 0.25 grams per cubic centimeter. So our density is equal to 0.25 grams per cubic centimeters. As simple as that.